pack of dead of me. Favorite drink or Bulls, Bears, Hawks, Sox, Bulls. Say goodbye a little longer like I.
You can hear the Mike North Show every Sunday night at 9 o'clock right here on 560. You can watch his daily 30 and 5 video commentaries at 560WIND.com, and our visit brought to you by Altoff Industries, residential heating and cooling at 800-225-2443. Good morning, Mike.
A lot of paperwork. What's going on, John? Man, how you doing, Amy?
All right, guys.
What's happening?
There he is.
There you are.
What's going on? Just
Mike.
pod me up, baby. It's an old producer's trick. Yeah, let's get it in. Get it out.
Hey, did you watch Dancing with the Stars last night? Did you see Jay Cutler supporting his ex-girlfriend?
I got a text, and they said that Jay Cutler, there was 3 cutaways on him. I don't watch the show. I turned it on, and Chaz Bono was dancing, and I shut it off. I got to be perfect. I saw his gut hanging out from his belt, and I shut it off. He's bigger than me. He should be playing for the Bears. Or he, or she. I don't know.
Well, tell me how it works. I know Monday is film study review,
Right.
but can you cut out early?
Well, I think what you do, first of all, his reputation is not to be the last to leave. Let's not treat him like he's Drew Brees. He's the first. I mean, he's the last to practice, from what I hear. But I've never been there. I've never been out to the practice. Allegedly, he does not stay till the very end a lot. There's no doubt that they have Tuesday off, so that gave him a window to go. I found out if it was taped or if it was live. They told me it was live. I didn't make much of it. Basically, maybe it's good for him to get away. Maybe he'll perform better next week. Maybe the whole team should have gone, maybe gotten a load off their mind, because you know what? Basically, he said it right. I mean, but he's not alone when he says, I may not last 16 games. Well, gee, most quarterbacks aren't lasting that long anyway. Look at Michael Vick and look at other people. So I found it odd, but I'm not going to make a big deal of it. I think the bigger deal is Dan Hampton, a good friend of, I think, all of ours, not going to the White House. I was surprised.
No, that's okay. Dan had I talked to him about that. He had a family vacation already planned. Didn't want to disappoint his young son. And it's been 26 years,
right.
and it's no big deal. He's a private citizen.
The only problem is he said he doesn't like the guy.
Well, that's okay. You can say that.
And you know what? But I do know this, John. If Otis Wilson or somebody else didn't want to go see Bush, they'd take some heat. There'd be some heat. So, you know, Danny is going to take a little bit of heat. But you know what? You got to give him credit for being straight up, honest, and you know what? Accept it. And he is right. It was a long time ago. This could have been done sooner, much rather than later. And he probably looks at it as a photo op. Who knows?
Look, I like the guy too, but you know, even if I didn't know him or have a relationship with, I would give him a pass. It's been 26 years.
I know, but if you got a chance to go, I've never been to the White House. You know, I've been by it. They won't let me in.
You saw a photo. Can you imagine if Mike North here to see President Obama?
Hey, where's my guy?
I stood next to the fence. This many years ago.
Exactly.
I think it was post 9/11. I think I can't remember, but I was standing up against the fence, just looking at the White House and just thinking about it. And I was alone, and sure enough, a guy saddled up next to me after a while. And he goes, "Can I help you?" I go, "What?" He goes, "I'm just checking." Just taking a look. You just look a little odd to us, that's all.
Hey, John, I don't know if what is the first thing to say.
All right, well, speaking of what, my partner and I are arguing about Devin Hester's celebratory move after he made his 11th career punt return and broke an NFL record. I think it's fine.
Well, the NFL is going to fine him for that. He'll pay the fine. You know what? I'm a Peyton, Barry Sanders type guy. Devin Hester's been there a million times, but if he knew about the record, that means he worries about his individual stats. But 11 punt returns, he did it. He's going to get fined for it. Some people think it's fine. Some people think it's no big deal. Here's what I'll say about Devin Hester. He's an average receiver, but the greatest punt and kick returner in history. But
the other thing is the other guy, I forgot his name. Never knew his name, I don't think. The guy that attempted to do a backflip and obviously didn't quite get all the way around.
I was watching that.
I just thought, here's a guy.
That was me on my wedding night, John, and I got a bad ankle right now, but it's going to heal. It's been 34 years.
And you should have been fined for your wedding night a long time ago. I understand you were. BB fined you repeatedly, didn't she? But here's the deal. I mean, think about that foolishness.
Right.
And you're already in the NFL, and you do something like that. Remember Dave Rosemont pitched for the Tigers many years ago, and he was trying to jump over some snow fence or some dopey move, took himself out of the major leagues.
How about Gus Frerotte? Hit his head against the wall, was out with the concussion. How about the home plate celebrations where guys have had knees blown out after they hit a home run?
I know.
So you're absolutely right. He could have been hurt, and I know this. If he's hurt, that's a big chunk, a big player out of their season, so I go along with you. I think, Amy, the injury thing is the thing that the Bears would worry about in the league.
Well, how much money does he have to pay?
I have no idea, but he's got it. He should have it. But then again, 4 years after most NFL players retire, they say 65 to 70 and my bankrupt, so which is startling.
What did I read in the paper in Zwecker's column that you're meeting with Reinsdorf and you may have a position at the White Sox?
Well, they just wanted to call me in.
There you go.
And, Jerry Reinsdorf is, the Sox organization is considered elite and everything, but it's every so often they'll call in maybe some other people to get their take on how the organization is.
So like Hawk Harrelson, you're going to be the next general manager just for a while?
Are you kidding me?
Right?
Are you kidding? They don't want the price of their property to go down. I mean, come on. But you know what? I've had lunch. Me and Jerry Reinsdorf are very, very close friends, and I've had lunch with him the last 2-3 weeks, and I just happened to go by the ballpark. I was there for a couple hours, and somebody made something out of nothing, put it in his records column, because you sit in the vestibule when you're waiting to get in there. So there's like 30 people going in and out. That is one busy plant at USF.
Well, what kind of advice are you giving him?
Don't get rid of Tomei. He says that's 2 years ago. I go, okay.
You said move Dunn to a short reliever role.
Well, I did tell him this. I said, you know what? Maybe next year. Enough of the drama. That's one thing I will say. There was so much drama this year, and Ozzy's going to be gone, so I think you're going to see a much quieter and maybe a different-looking front office with the Chicago White Sox. But the main people, Scott Reifert, Brooks Boyer, Kenny Williams, Jerry Reinsdorf, they will still be in place, but I think they want to try some different things this year, and I guess we'll see if they can put them into action.
Well, good luck with that.
All right,
whatever
guys.
you do.
Thanks, care,
Mike.
Amy.
Take care.
Bye, dear.
Bye, guys.
Mike Norris Visit brought to you by Altoff Industries, residential heating and cooling. Sunday night, 9 o'clock is shows right here on WIND.
I'm Mike North for the Village of Rosemont. From the 9th largest convention center to restaurants to theaters, sports venues, and hotels. 5 minutes from O'Hare, you got it all here. Rosemont, you can't miss it.